movies, I was electrocuted. That was really fun. Who the heck gets electrocuted? 10 minutes to tell about it. You know, I like the silly stuff in the beginning, but as I said, the grittier stuff is a lot more fun. Some of the stuff with pain was fun. I've done portions of the, you know, the stuff to come is going to be quite intense. That's just because I'm on episode 375, yeah. So I've had to do little portions of what's to come in the video games because they jumped ahead. So, but yeah, the fight with Sasuke is usually what I say because it was really great. Yeah.
Do you ever question like plot holes or like fillers?
Do you ever what?
Do you ever question the plot holes or fillers?
No. Because I'm not paid to. No. I don't read the manga. I don't have a lot of time to do so because I'm pretty busy. I do a lot of theater and on-camera stuff, and you know, it's like it's bananas. Anyway, so as far as the filler goes, I know a lot of times fans don't like the episodes, but every once in a while they're kind of fun to do. Yeah. Bug me. I get the same amount of money. In the back.
What's your favorite episode?
Well, that one, you know, the one with Sasuke and the big fight where they're on the mountain across from each other.
Valley of the End.
I like the Kakashi's mask.
I love that one.
Not so fond of the ones where he's running and screaming in the bathroom, but Curry, what was it called? Curry of Fire. Oh, yeah. That was a little hard to do before lunch.
How did it emotionally strike you when the dialogue came up after Jiraiya died?
Yeah.
Well, we're kind of right in the thick of it right now. But it was hard. It was very taxing and emotional, and you know, it sort of makes you long for the goofier Naruto. But it was sad. You know, it was really sad. I love that character, and those are some of my favorite scenes as well. Are when he and I are interacting with one another, and they're more memorable than interacting with, you know. There are some characters I can't even remember their names because they kind of come and go. And I don't know if you know. Do you want to hear how we record and all that?
Yeah. Sure.
So the way we do Naruto as opposed to original animation you do like a play, kind of. You sit in the booth, and you know there are like 8 of you or 10 of you, and you go through it and you do it kind of like a play, and then you do pickups of a line if you screw it up or whatever. But with Naruto, I'm in the booth by myself. It's lonely. No. And the director and the engineer are in, you know, the booth behind the glass doing all the real work. And then I have the headphones on and I'm watching it and I hear 3 beeps, where the 4th beep is supposed to be you begin talking. So you're trying to match the lip flaps of the character since it's already drawn. So it's beep, 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 talk. That's the name of Sam Riegel's autobiography, by the way. That's what he always says. I wanted to steal the joke, but I can't. But so, when I do the episodes, I might do one episode. I record for 2 hours usually, unless it's a video game, and then I do 3 hours. But after 3 hours, it's so taxing on my voice, especially video games, that I can't do it any longer. Most people kind of run out of steam because video games, especially, are very, you know, there's a lot of screaming. So. When I record, I only see what I'm doing most of the time, and then the director explains to me the context of the scene. So sometimes I only hear Japanese voices, and once in a while, like if Yuri or Kate Higgins, who plays Sakura, comes in before me, I'll hear her voice. But since I'm the lead, I often record everything first. So, as a consequence, sometimes I don't see the whole episode till it's on TV. Often, in fact. And no, I can't watch it because to hear my own voice makes me crazy. You know, I hear it on TV, I'm like, ah! But I watch it. You gotta do, you gotta. Yeah.
Which character would you compare yourself to Naruto?
Naruto. I'm not gonna say Sasuke. Naruto. Certainly not Hinata. Come on.
Oh, I never knew you were so impatient.
She agrees.
Naruto.
Yeah.
Next question. You already have one. Somebody asked. Yes.
Have you ever been involved in any pranks on the set?
Oh, pranks. Yeah, well, once in a while I'll be recording something. Mary Elizabeth will be like, oh, wait, let me just show you this scene a little bit before this. And it'll be Yuri saying something awful and filthy to me in character.
Yeah.
Or I'll do the same to him. Take a line completely out of context, usually sexualize it, and then dream about, like, oh God, am I going to lose my job? There's going to leak it on the web and then I'll be fired. So I don't do it too much. But somebody was in the booth. I think it was, gosh, now I'm trying to blank who it was, but he was in the booth during an earthquake. So they played it for me, and he's like, "Zing, zlang, bubble, earthquake!" which is just hilarious. So, yeah.
Do you have a favorite one-sentence line?
A favorite one-sentence line?
Yeah.
Believe it! No. I'll say that anymore. Well, I said it to some people that came earlier. Sasuke, Sasuke, Sasuke. Why does it always have to be all about Sasuke? I like doing the Rasengan, but my allergies are kind of bad, so I'll wait till the end to do it, because otherwise I'll blow my voice out. I do that all the time at conventions. Yeah.
I've noticed that with the transition into Shippuden that Naruto's voice did get deeper because he was older. Was that any means difficult to establish?
I take hormones. No. Like my beard? It wasn't, it was an adjustment. And in the beginning, it's kind of hard to make that adjustment. It wasn't that hard, no. I mean, I'd have to be reminded a lot, because it was like, that's too high, that's too high, that's too high. But what's fun is when I'm doing flashbacks in the middle of a scene, and then I'm doing young and old, young, old, young, old. So, again, no need for therapy. I can't use that joke anymore, that was 3 times. Okay, somebody else. No, yep.
If you had an opportunity to voice act for someone who wasn't Naruto, who would you pick?
Naruto. Next question. What am I going to do? Listen to this voice. Sakura?
No.
I'll tell you a funny story. I went to Nickelodeon. I was auditioning for this pilot. And I've done a lot of pilots that you'll never see. I'm like, yep, that one goes in the trash. And I was auditioning, and they kept saying, can you pitch it up, can you pitch it up, pitch your voice up, pitch your voice up. And finally I was like, you got to get Yardley Smith from The Simpsons. You don't want me. Like, my voice just doesn't go that high. In fact, I don't do the sexy jutsu. I can't do that little tittering laugh. So when Mary Elizabeth usually comes in and does that. Because if I did it, I sound like a moron. In fact, speaking of sounding like a moron, I don't know if you remember, there was an episode where Naruto was a baby. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I could barely get through that. I was laughing so hard. I sounded so horrible. I was just like, oh my God, this is horrible, and I couldn't stop laughing. It took me so long to get through that episode. Oh my God. Anyway, yeah.
It's not, you're not on screen. I know. I'm staring.
I did, yeah. I did Final Fantasy and Final Fantasy 13, and then Final Fantasy 13 and a half.
13 and a half?
Yeah. Yeah, I just did some various roles in those. It was quick. It was fun. You know, I don't know what I'm doing. They just call me and they're like, okay, come in, be a villager and use this. You know, come up with another voice and do that voice. And, I couldn't even tell you, and it was such a top secret project. They don't give you the script beforehand, you know, they'll kind of explain the context and you just do the lines. So, but it was really fun. I only recorded a couple of times, like, I think 2 or 3 times.